Hello everybody, it's VideoGameWarlord, and today I have a list I've been really enjoying so far. It's I call it my heavy cavalry list. It's got 20 line infantry, 4 dragoons, 8 cuirassiers, the real heavy component, and 2 hussars just to kind of chase things around. And then the artillery is really weak for this. It's just a 6-pounder and rockets, which I haven't used before until this list, and I've been enjoying them, I'd say, so far. You can only bring one of them, though, so they're a bit limited. Anyways, on to the first game. Alright, so, as you can see, for game 1, my opponent is a bit better than me, but we'll see how it plays out. My opponent today, I'll break this up into flanks, because he's really got this kind of, weighted differently. So in the town over here, he's sending 4 line, a couple militia, a couple grenadiers, and 3 light infantry to take it. While I'm sending my left wing of my cavalry and a good chunk of my line as well to take the town. As well as I've run my rockets up center and my artillery too, just so I can get a good firing angle down this way. In my center along the ridge, he's sending 5 line infantry, most of his skirmishers, and a single light infantry. And then finally, on his left, my right, he's got 6 dragoons, a couple... Oh, he's actually got one over here. He's got a few 6-pounders, the 4-pounder cavalry, and 4 lancers as well, along with 3 grenadiers in a line over there. So, okay. So my entire goal is just to take the points and hold the towns. Obviously just hold the stronger defensive position. I'm swinging my right flank of my cavalry through my center, just so I can take out the entire right flank of my opponent, because my idea is I can just completely surround this whole thing and just eliminate it, and then I can worry about the whole big chunk of his army, and I can use the town to kind of anchor a point to hold, because this is the town here in the lake here, like nothing ever goes here. I rarely ever see anyone in games go around on this point. And I can just hold off his dragoons pretty well with my infantry and my hussar apparently too. Damn. That was a bad charge. So yeah, I'm able to hold off his cavalry pretty well here. Over in the town, he has tried to assault it. And that, well, actually, he didn't try to assault it. I actually went through the town, really. He got a bit of an early foothold, but just by just skirmishers, just holding them there. They're so good. They're so good for just getting into a terrain position and just holding it. So then I was able to storm in with my line infantry and really beat off the light infantry. I also had artillery firing into him, it looks like, so that helps too. Swinging my cavalry around so I can get into the back lines. And I'm also moving to hold these woods along the top. I have shifted my cavalry back around from... because there was no place for them on the right, really. The only thing I could have really done would wait and send them up through here, which would have been a bit of a hassle, and there's a lot of line infantry way out, which really doesn't make a lot of sense. But having them in the middle has actually given me a good amount of flexibility where I can just run these two either way. And I've circled these guys back in order to kind of help out with the kerfuffle that this is kind of becoming. Because as you can see, this point is still meant to be my anchor. He's got a ton of infantry units coming, but I can effectively... yeah, I can just hold that town really well. And as you can see, that my dragoons and cav, I've managed to get around into his back, and I've just been able to eliminate his artillery And over here, I've managed to breach through the town with my line infantry and get into the back of his own infantry. So now I've been shifting most of my forces down over to deal with this, which is going pretty well, actually. It's going really well. We're having solid progress. Just holding those buildings, we're fine. Honestly, terrain is so nutty in this game. It's honestly crazy. And I've broken his... Yeah, he's done. That's game over. So that was a good first game. That went well for me. And, yep. Anything I could have recommended? I don't know. This is a new list. So we're really feeling this out and seeing how it plays. I think the heavy cav just... It's so good. It is so good, I swear. Because it's maneuverable and it hits hard, so even though there's a lot of infantry, it's still kind of acceptable to have it among all of this bullshit. Alright, second game here. My opponent today, he's got, looks to be 5 hussars, just a singular dragoon, nothing else. Ooh. So very light on the cavalry. In terms of infantry, he's got, let's see, 7 plus 4, 11. God, what is 11 plus 3? 14, 15, 16, 17 light infantry, 5 light infantry, and a couple guard units as well, along with a couple 12-pounders and a couple 6-pounders. I'm running my heavy cav list again, and I'm just moving to take the edge points, and I was really bad about my infantry setup, so they're not deploying quite as well as they should be. As you can see, I'm not being efficient about how they're moving at all. And he's content to just sit there. He's not moving anywhere, so I'm just picking off his skirmishers. I don't know why he wasn't aggressive for at least the center point. That's what most people on this side of the map do. They typically just ignore the right and left one, and we'll just hold right here. But giving me all 3, I think, is a massive mistake. And as you can see, I'm just going skirmisher hunting, trying to... Oh, and I do see an opening. I do get into his artillery with my cuirassiers. I figure, okay, if I can knock out... What I assume his strategy is just to hold and shoot me the whole time with his artillery. I assume if I can just kill those off, then I'm in a better position. He manages to bait me right there. And he's got to get... Yep. And he ended up getting my guy. I kind of get him back, though. Almost. I feel like I should have sent that guy in instead. All of that did work. Yeah, and I won the Dragoon because he'd be able to chase him better. Anyways, focusing back over here, on the left flank I am bringing down these forces that were taking the point, and I am attempting to plow through his middle here, which I perceive as to be very weak. You can see he's got this really good defensive hold along this forest line with a lot of infantry. He's got this hilltop, which, while there's a lot of infantry over here, as you can see, there's not a lot right there. And then there's also a lot of infantry and cav holding this bridge, but there's also a little bit here, but they're weakened. So my whole goal is to... I assume he can't see most of my stuff. No, he can. What? I assumed he was blind this whole time. Or wait, no, this is my vision. This is his. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't start wheeling around faster. Because my whole goal just became to just break through his center here. Because I'm tying up, what, how many? 5, 6, 7 with 2 cuirassiers. It's nuts, man. So I'm just using my advantage in the center to push him here. And I'm just feigning. Just being like, please don't do anything with any of these guys ever. I do get them caught though, unfortunately. I play a little dumb. But that's all, you know, sideshow compared to just trying to win in the center here. Which, it's a really a grind. I'm starting to pour more guys in just because I'm realizing, oh shit, I am losing a good portion of stuff here. Over here, gosh, okay, we'll go back just a second. Over here, he is pushing on the right flank, and I figure I'm having a real bad time. I think this game just went on too long for him. I believe he had a really winning position here. He was about to push through my center. I did have some units coming back, and I was going to reform a line along the towns. I did kind of... I don't feel like I really managed to hold that off. Those guys are fresh. He did end up surrendering. I'm not sure he should have, though. Because I was going to fight this out more. Because I think if I broke this whole center right here, as he pushed closer to my artillery, which I still had full ammo. So that was part of my strategy. It's like, oh, I should hold with what units I have remaining along this line as he tries to push in. And I kind of stopped my advance here, because he had no more... Oh no, he got more ammo in those. And he still had all these guys over here against what? Just my cavalry? Which I think he could have just pushed and killed, to be honest. I don't know why he didn't charge into. He didn't even have to charge into him. He could have just shot. I think he had that game. I don't think I should have won that one. Alright. Last game of the night, ladies and gentlemen. So I've set up my stuff as per usual. Split my cavalry evenly along my flanks and a bit of infantry to reinforce them. My opponent today, he's got a bunch of dragoons. He's got 8 dragoons, putting a lot of them on his right. He's got a couple hussars on each flank, or 1 hussar on each flank. He's got a few, I believe those are 8-pounders. Yep, 3 8-pounders. And then he's also got a couple heavy crosshairs just way in the back there. Rifles, just 1. He's got 4 guards, and then he's just filled the rest out with line. So I clearly have the cavalry advantage here. And I make a bit of a mistake. I'm just trying to pick off stuff here. And I'm just managing to get my guys chewed up a little bit. Yeah, over here, he picks off one of my heavy crosshairs and my dragoon. It's like he's fucking up my cav. It's just those small movements that get you sometimes. It's frustrating. I'm moving to take the woods, and I do miss my crow here quite a bit, and I think that ends up costing me my play. Yeah, you see, like, that guy isn't moving at all. He's just doing nothing. But my whole goal is to, like, maybe I can just push up through the center and get into his cannons, or I can swing my cavalry just all the way around and get into the back of him anyways. I can hold... So... There's like 3 small games happening here. We have this flank, in which my plan is to try and take the woods, force his dragoons out, because they're not ideal for fighting. My infantry will beat that. So I can hold against this massive infantry blob that has guards in it. Down here, I'm going to pull my guys back and let my artillery just kind of work on them a bit, and I can hold the forest and the town. And then finally, lastly, my goal is to hopefully maybe crush this independently, although they are weakened a bit. So we're going to let all these play out kind of slowly. I do manage to force all of his dragoons out of the woods. and I am moving all my infantry in to take them. Over down here, I'm just stalling and playing for time. I don't actually plan to engage with this infantry right here with my 2-line. No. Down here, he's making a play for my 6-pounders. Yeah, but I managed to get them, and that evens this fight up a lot more. My 5 versus his 4. Well, I guess that's not very even, but you get the point. I do lose my cavalry that I sent back here to try and go after his cannons, and my infantry get too bogged down in his skirmishers. I was hoping to break through them, but I get caught, and they're just getting hammered by his artillery. I should have honestly not even tried that. I mean, I wanted to. I thought I could, but it did not end up going the way I wanted it to. I wonder if... I don't know if trying to just go through here would have been better. Because they were blasting me with canister, and he did have the dragoons. My hope was he'd be shooting way too much into his own skirmishers. But I think that would have been worth the sacrifice. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that was a poor play there, I think, on my part. Over here, it's been a little bit micro over here. It's not been going well. We've just been playing a bit of cat and mouse, trying to get at each other. And he managed to duck into the woods and just tank that charge. And he's got me on the infantry here. Ooh, the heavy crosshair. That's why I like these guys. You just swing them right in, then they break an infantry. They're so good. Unfortunately, I didn't turn my guy, so I got my own flank broken. And it just... Oh, it cascaded from there. That was bad. So I ended up surrendering shortly after that. Because it was all slowly falling apart. And he had so many units that were still fresh. It was just... Oof. I hope you guys enjoyed those games. Remember, likes for like God, comments for the comment throne, and subscribe by the will of the Omnissiah. And I'll see you guys next time.